Okay guys, on today's video we're going to start the process of making a farm trailer to haul hay and lumber and materials on. We started with a fifth wheel camper frame that's been stripped down. We're going to got a few more things we need to take off of it, and I'll walk you around and show what we're going to do. All right, so if you built anything lately, you know that steel is at a premium price. So we got these here beams for pallet racking that goes in warehouses that hold thousands of pounds. Get these much cheaper than we can get anything else, and they're very strong. So we're gonna use that to add to a trailer, because as a camper it had wood on it, so it didn't need a bunch of frame in here, but we're gonna add some cross members in this frame. Take off these steps and stuff back there where my partner's at, and get things going. And eventually in the process, unless plans change, I'm gonna change the length of this front right here. I'm gonna take about a 2.5, 3 foot section out right here and slide the hitch framework back, and probably take the front axle and swap behind the back axle, or either make it a tri-axle and add one. Haven't made my mind up yet, but let's get busy with it. Well guys, let me show you where we're at. And like about all my projects, things evolve and the plan changed. So instead of going back in here and adding structure in these gaps, I had enough of these pieces. I said, let me just deck over, and that'll clear my tires better, give me room. I won't have to fender over them or anything. And it worked out. The length of these 8 foot members here, I'm just cutting one side of the angle off on each side, leaving this so I have something to attach to with putting my rub rail and all on. So by the time I put 8 foot, and I put another piece out here, and then my rub rail, I'll be within the 8'6" legal limit. I'm gonna come back today probably and cut all these off, because they'll be exposed underneath these. But, I mean, 2 of these will hold like well over 2,000 pounds of pallets of material. So these across these rails, where it's even a shorter distance, it'll hold even more. And I'm putting 16 on center, so that's gonna be a good strong stout floor frame. I just got about 15 or 16 more to cut for this lower deck and weld them on. Sounds like fun, especially in the summer heat. So let's get back to it. So what I'm doing here to ensure that the side of my trailer is going to be a nice straight line when I'm done, because the frame has actually got a little bit of waviness to it, just the way it was from the factory. So I don't want to see that when I'm looking in the mirror of my truck, or somebody's following behind me. I don't want them to see that. So to make sure these runners are straight on here, I'm using a string line. But if you see, there's a gap right there, a space, and that's because I took a piece of this scrap that I'm cutting off and tack welded it back on. There's a spacer on the runner on each end. And every time I set one, I come here and I use this piece of scrap as a gauge block to slide in there to make sure, because I want a distance off of that string, because I don't want it pushing the string. Because if you put it against the string and the next one's against the string, eventually you're gonna push that string just a fraction of an inch every time or every once in a while, and it's just gonna throw everything off. So this way it ensures it's straight. You do the same thing when you're doing wood when you use a 2x4 or something block. Anyway, that's what I got. Well, this is as good a place as any to end the first part of this build, part 1 of the trailer. We got all the runners or stringers, whatever you want to call them, welded on there. And again, these are pallet racking beams, and they're rated, I don't know if you can see that over there, but it's 6,710 pound per rack, uniform weight load. So it takes 2 of these for a rack. So divide that by 2, you still well over 3,000 pounds per beam there. So this trailer's gonna be stout and can haul a pretty good bit of weight, and got a pretty good size I-beam frame there. And the long-term goal is gonna be come back here and put a 3-foot dovetail on there and a set of ramps. And we're not gonna do that right now. Worry about that later. Right now we just need to get the trailer operational. And when we do the dovetail, we're gonna add a 3rd axle right here just to beef it up a little more, to weight carrying capacity. So we haul in our equipment on it. It can carry the load a little better, and it's overkill is fine with me. We also got the brackets on and got our tail lights mounted. Got all the wiring sorted out. Started moving some of it around, 'cause pretty much just decided to rewire the whole thing. We got to do all the splicing and stuff, but it's pretty much all there now. We also, up here, there was a bar in here that went across a piece of square tubing. We removed that and we won't need it structurally, because we got these added in there and welded good, and that's going to kind of brace these from wanting to flex or anything. The reason for that, we're going to sheet metal these sides right here, and this part will be part of the deck right here. And we're either going to put another runner in there or you leave it off, because you're really never going to have any weight there. You pull a car or anything on there, the wheels will never be, they'll be sitting right here anyway on this one. So if I haul something on there, I got like a rock guard, because this right here is going to be a wall, and it kind of keep that blowing rain and wind off the road debris, you know, just the nastiness, the filth you get on there going down the road in a rainstorm or something. and it'll block a lot of that. And I know that from experience from other trailers. So I just thought that would be a good way to use it and give a little more deck space lengthwise. And this, we're gonna floor it and put the sides on it. And I haven't made my mind up if we're gonna leave the front here open or build a set of doors on it to put all our chains and binders. And it's a huge space, but it just is what it is using this old RV frame. We still got a bunch of screws to remove out of the frame, but pretty much all the welding is done at this point. We moved the one jack that we got. Eventually we'll put a heavy duty jack on there. Right now it's only, I mean really it's only gonna be disconnecting from the truck when it's empty, so it doesn't need to be able to lift a lot of weight. I don't even think I'm gonna wire it in. I got the motor off of it right now. I think I'm just gonna do it manually with a drill or something, or put a little, the handle off that we got for our RV to crank it up and down manually instead of doing all that. That may change later though. And we also went ahead and added this in, the piece of square tubing we cut out back there, we added there just to have a little more support, because we're gonna put a floor on this deck up to this point anyway. And then up here, we'll probably just have a spare tire on each side, maybe mounted in here. So, because I like 2 spares if I'm on the road, because you never know. But this floor won't be able to carry as much weight really, but probably very seldom we'll have anything on this upper deck anyway. But I think it's gonna make a pretty good trailer. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it.
Please like and subscribe and follow us on social media.
As always, God gets the glory for the good in their lives. Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior. Feel free to reach out, email in the description below for any questions or prayer requests you may have. God bless.